Question. Have you ever been on the receiving end, let's say, of someone else's presentation, only to hear them say things like, like, just over and over and over and over and over again, right? Sometimes it can get so bad that we as the listeners can't even pay attention to the subject matter anymore because all we can hear are these filler words. Now you know what I'm talking about, right? You've been there. All right, so I remember when I was probably about 10 or 11 years old, being in the car with my grandma, trying to tell her a story, and she said to me,
Matthew, I will give you $3 whole if you can get through this story without saying, I'm
gonna be honest, never got that $3 because I literally could not do it. So a lot of us know what it's like to be on the receiving end of these filler words when someone else is saying them, but have you ever stopped to wonder about the degree to which you use them when you're speaking, much less when you're presenting? So one of the things I do with my coaching clients early on in our coaching process is I videotape them delivering a short presentation, and then when we're finished, they get to go back and watch it, which they love, of course. Everyone loves watching themselves on camera. Not so much, but let me tell you this. If I had a nickel for every client who, while watching themselves speak, has said to me, Matt, do I really say that often? Yeah. Most often, we don't even realize how often we're doing it until someone specifically points it out to us. All right, so the question becomes, why is this even a problem? Well, for one, filler words do nothing to help us communicate our message in a more effective manner. In fact, there are certain types of folks who, the second they hear someone begin using filler words, will just tune them out altogether.
So, as I was saying,
Yeah, I'm done. Now, when spoken sparingly, fillers don't typically pose a huge problem. In fact, they can sometimes help you come off as, say, less stiff or even less stilted. Here's the thing though, when repeated, they communicate the polar opposite of confidence, competence, and credibility, and that is not what we want to be communicating to our audiences. I'm guessing you're in agreement. So, how do we stop using them? Well, here's the challenge. For the most part, our brains have grown really accustomed to lots of environmental noise, and as a result, they aren't that comfortable with silence. So, when we finish a sentence or we get to a spot in which we have to actually stop and think about what we're going to say next, our brain automatically tries to fill that empty space or that silence with sound. And what comes out?
So...
You get the idea. So, in order to get rid of these fillers, we have to train our brains to start becoming comfortable with silence. Now, how do we do that? Well, here's an idea, and this works, so give it a shot. When you're in the car, or when you're in the shower, or alone at home, or wherever, really, take just a 2-minute section of a presentation that you're preparing and practice delivering it in a whisper, meaning just like this. Here's the thing, the volume of a whisper is so close to the sound of silence that your brain doesn't any longer feel the need to fill in the gaps. And as a result, you'll find that you're never tempted at all to insert a filler word in between your sentences or words. Now, once you can deliver your entire 2 minutes of your presentation at a whisper, bring your volume up just a hair and try delivering it again, being conscious, of course, not to utter a filler word like or what have you. Now, if you slip up, just go back to the beginning and try it again. Keep repeating this process, and with each repetition, up your volume just a hair till you can deliver your 2 minutes without saying a filler word. Now, with some practice, your brain is going to slowly start becoming more and more comfortable with moments of silence. And as a result, it's not going to be as prone to filling that silence with fluff. Now, here's something to keep in mind. In our everyday lives, we are surrounded by people who are using filler words constantly. So our brains are really used to hearing them. And as you know, what they're used to hearing, they emulate.
Son of a bitch!
Most likely, getting rid of these filler words is not going to be something that comes 100% naturally, ever. In fact, after teaching folks how to do this for the past 2 decades, I still have to be conscious myself of not using them. I'm thinking about it right now, in fact. It's just an ongoing practice, but it is one that you can master if you put in the practice. And let me tell you, when you can communicate your message with clarity and confidence in this way, it will forever change the way people perceive you. Make sense? Awesome. Get to practicing, and I will see you next time.